What's good, what's good. Welcome to yet another episode of My Campus Talk, where we will be dealing with your social, economic, and political issues. Yes, everything that affects us directly and indirectly. I'm your host, Mashie, Mphahlele, and as always, I am not alone.
Hello everyone, my name is Lehohonolo, and now today we begin our show on a very sad note. We just want to say rest in peace to Jabulani, aka HHP. Now we know he passed on last week and apparently he committed suicide, and he has also been dealing with this issue of depression. And this issue of depression has been in the spotlight a lot this year. I think we saw it even Ka Kensani, the lady Wako UCT Wako Roads when she passed away. A lot of people are asking, how come these people who seem to have it all, these issues like depression? I think a lot of people don't understand why is it that this issue has been kept also under the carpet, especially they have so much influence. People that look like they have it all.
This is how now I see it. Yeah. Don't judge until you've been there. You know, whenever someone commits suicide, when a parent suicide and it linked to mental health, everyone is quick to say, why didn't we help them? Why didn't we see the signs? Why didn't they come to us for help? You know, so which also shows what as a country when it comes to issues of mental health. We all believe if someone has a problem, they have to talk about it. And we don't understand the gist of it. The reason someone is depressed is because they don't feel comfortable with sharing their issues. They keep it to themselves. Everyone has their own view of it. So until we're all aware of what's really going on, you know, I saw a statement somewhere where someone actually said, before we ask people around, Mutu Asafarang this, why didn't you help them? We have to ask ourselves first. People who suffer from mental health are quick to say, I'm okay. They're quick to say, no, everything is fine. And they're quick to be the happiest person in the room, so you don't see the struggle that they're going through.
I also think, as a society, I think we have the responsibility of it to make sure our family members, our friends, our cousins are comfortable to share anything they are going through in life. You know, it doesn't matter. We have to make sure we create that environment that makes it easy for them to talk, so that we can eradicate this thing at suicide and this thing at depression.
So also adding to what you're saying, maybe like you're saying, at society we are to blame. We're too judgmental. You know, we're quick to give someone an opinion of how we see their situation. We're not quick to listen. So maybe, like you're saying, if I create a system where we can communicate and we can talk to each other and we can also support. But
it also goes back to this issue of creating the stereotypes about depression or they like attention, but the moods. You know, we should, I think, just sit down as a society and firstly realize this issue is a serious one.
Basically, we need to have a South Africa meeting where we are all in attendance and we all talk about mental health, not on Twitter. We need to understand what happens on the Twitter streets stays on Twitter streets. It never goes beyond that. You know, it offer that 2 seconds of, oh, I've dealt with this, when actually we haven't. And now, Mr. Political Analyst, depression is a horrible thing. We've seen it. But we've also seen another horrible thing go around, you know. We cannot avoid the scandals of VBS. There's so many dialogues, there's so many arguments, this manner. Mara, the center of attention has been Floyd Shivambu and the EFF. I mean, is it fair to implicate a whole political party based on one leader's brother's act?
You know, this issue of EBS, I think it's a really serious issue. I mean, crime is crime, and anyone and everyone that is found to be committing crime should be arrested, no questions asked.
Okay, so now here's the question. Did the brother either commit a crime did Freud also commit a crime? Did the EFF also commit a crime? Because kamoka, these people are being crucified.
But one of this issue, I think we have two different issues. Ne? We have an issue, media, and the opinion.
Okay.
And we have the truth. More reporting advocate that was looking into VBS. He said these are, I think, more than 60 names of people who got money from VBS. And there is no definitive evidence. Okay, these people stole the money. He's saying the money that was stolen from VBS ended in the hands of these people. Ne?
Yeah.
And in the report, it does not mention the EFF, does not mention Floyd Shivambu. It just mentions the brother of Floyd Shivambu. Ne?
Okay.
This thing at 10 million came out from this journalist. I don't want to call it by name. Floyd got 10 million from his brother.
Is it a fact or was it just an assumption?
It's a journalist who wrote the story. It's not in the report of VBS.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a like, you know, if someone says I got 10 million, they should provide proof. You know, just publish maybe a screenshot of that proof. This is the bank account. Ne? That 10 million, that shows 10 million going into the bank account. Don't just tell us, okay. We saw it, the newspaper. I also don't want to mention the name of the newspaper. Who Mziligazi Africa, who was the journalist then. There was a police unit that was killing people back in 2007, 8, somewhere around there, I'm not sure. And now it turns out all those stories were lies.
Okay, lies aside, and there's one thing you said, make sense. The report shows this amount of money is gone, and the report shows it ended up in the hands of these people. So if money is missing, is that not a signal?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
It has to be shown the money. It was intentionally stolen and intentionally given to those people.
Talking about intention, we woke up to news, Home Affairs tape. Do you think that was intentional? Was it leaked intentionally? Was it even leaked?
You know this thing, Melusi Gigaba. It's one of those things that it's just there for entertainment and for Twitter. I don't think it's like real issues. If Melusi Gigaba has a sex tape, I mean, there's like 1 million people behind the sex tape. So what?
If it's with his wife, also.
Like, it doesn't matter.
It's with his wife, man.
It's 2018.
It's 2018.
Millions of people behind the sex tape. Doesn't matter, man. So whoever is blackmailing Melusi Gigaba, excuse 2018.
But now, on a serious note, we've all read on social media, we've all read the news, we've all seen the news. This whole hashtag Omotoso trial, where you have a man of God and you have young women in his congregation who accuse him of sexual assault. And you also have a brave young woman, 122, who stands up and comes out, this is what happened to her. And you have a you have a defense attorney, I would just share such invasive questions.
I don't understand. I mean, I think Cheryl should be an idol to other people.
She is. She is.
And she's the bravest person I've seen standing and testifying on something that happened to her personally. So, I mean, I think the defense attorney, I don't understand strategies. I mean, some questions, instead of, I mean, even I listened to an analysis here, analyze the question that guy was, like, he was asking questions that were taking the case nowhere.
He's also asking questions that confirm this young girl was sexually assaulted.
I mean, I don't, like, for example, he asked the question, when she was raped and 14, did you allow this guy to do this to you?
That was vegetable.
Then yes, I did. As an yes, I didn't like refuse. I just let it happen. First of all, common sense in the audience. If someone is 14 years, even if I want to do that, according to the law.
Exactly.
So I can't understand such question like he's a kissy guy because it doesn't make sense.
Okay, now enough the defense attorney. There's so much to talk about Guyana. let's talk about those women within the organization who are actually supporting the priest.
I was watching I was watching TV the other day on the news when I think the EFF and the ANC were closing down the church called PE. I mean, I think 80% of the people who about Zomo Church, it was women.
Yeah, and also on social media. On social media, you have the accounts of young girls who are in this congregation and who are proclaiming their support and appreciation for this man, and that they stand behind him regardless. So basically, Cheryl is isolated, but she's not really, because she has all of South Africa behind her. Now, that's all from us today. Nna ke Mashie wa Mphahlele, and right here, ke re Lehohonolo ska moporo wa Moreki. Now remember to follow us at Campus TV SA on Twitter, Instagram, and on Facebook. And we do have a website, www.mycampustv.co.za. And also, do follow our YouTube channel. Till next time.
Sure.